Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to dress like a model that just came out of LOEWE's runway show. We're going to talk about different staples, different prints that are being used from the brand, and for the people that are new here, this whole point of making those how to dress like blank space runway model is to give you the main staples that are used from a designer or a brand like Gucci, Tom Ford, Miu Miu, and so on, so that you can implement them into your wardrobe or on a way more affordable price, because basically for the past few years the inflation is going up and things are getting more and more expensive, and especially those brands, they are very unaffordable. And I honestly think that having Zara, H&M, and even more brands coming off, you can really find some pieces that are very close to a certain high fashion brand. Especially, we all know Zara, they always try to copy someone. So this is the whole point of this video. It's for you to find an aesthetic, it's to find a brand that you really feel connected to. And at the end of the video, if you really feel that you belong to that brand, I want you to go on Instagram, follow them, and just wait until their next fashion show comes up, because that way you can go then on YouTube and watch the fashion show and see if there are any pieces and staples that you would want to implement into your wardrobe. In that way you can find those things on a way affordable price and not having to go to LOEWE and buy them. Of course, I believe that LOEWE is a very unique brand, just like any other brand that are high fashion, and of course, if you want to buy, especially an accessory from LOEWE, I'll talk about it later, I would very much recommend you spending the money. But really, it will be a nice staple to have, but they're very expensive, and I really recommend that you try for something different. And honestly, I will talk about that, going very deep into trying to find something very unique when you like a LOEWE aesthetic. We'll talk about that later, so let's get started. Now, normally every single video I'm starting off with history and then 3 words that define the brand, so let me go on with a little bit of history. So LOEWE is part of Moet Hennessy Louis Vuitton, and it's the oldest luxury fashion house of the holding. It was established in Spain, in Madrid, in 1846, and even Victoria Eugenie was one of their regular customers, alongside Sophia Loren and many more. And it's a brand for leather goods, perfumes, and clothing. Now, like every other video in the series, let's describe the brand with 3 types of aesthetic. We have extraordinary, unique, and playful. So if you really feel that you pass into those aesthetics, these aesthetics are actually pretty similar to Miu Miu, but I might say that Miu Miu stays on a little bit more classic side, while here you have more room to play. I think that you go for LOEWE if you find to be more trying to get out of the box aesthetic. And the first thing that we're going to talk about is nature prints. We're talking about animals, florals, and so on. We can see them on many runway shows on LOEWE, and they can be seen in pants, they can be seen on tops, and the whole point here is to really bring that nature onto clothing. Also, when we talk about nature and animals, I'm not just saying, zebra print or leopard print and so on. I'm also talking about actual animals being drawn on some of the clothings, because this also gives this very childhood playful, how kids love animals and zoos, and it just gives you this room to actually play with nature. And I believe that you can find nature prints on many places. For example, right now those very much fairy tale dresses are getting very popular, so you can find actually lots of inspo on Pinterest about nature prints, and I think that they will be very helpful for you to build your LOEWE wardrobe. Now, the next thing that we can see is a little bit more on the modest side, but I will say where the little trick comes in. Now we can see that they have lots of classics, like classic navy blazer, classic coats, classic trench coats, but at the same time there's always something, almost in 90% of the time you can see something being slightly different, like the shoes or the accessory, like the handbag or the hat. So this is where the whole LOEWE comes in. They are getting more and more popular with their accessories. They have the balloon heels, we have those with different geometrical forms, but let's say now on the more modest side, we can see lately many influencers wearing LOEWE, and those pieces are actually very classics, like the LOEWE jeans, the LOEWE top with just a logo. The logo is very beautiful and it can be seen on many pieces of clothing. Also the basket bag. So about the top and the jeans, I don't think the money are worth it to really buy them. I mean, you can get that same look with just a normal top and normal jeans. But about the bag right now, that bag is actually pretty popular, and I saw it on H&M and also in other shops. So really, you don't need to spend all this money to buy a LOEWE bag. And basically those are on neutral to modest staples, going also with navy blue, navy sweaters, navy half zippers are very common to be seen in the LOEWE brand. And you can either really stick to being, modest and sticking to go with that neutral style when, let's say, someday you really don't feel like it, going extra. But you can always add something extraordinary. Don't be afraid to look for different pieces of clothing in navy blue. There are so many different ways of styling it. There are so many different pieces of clothing in navy blue, so you never go wrong with it. What we're going to talk about are those oversized pants. They can be in any color. They can be in any color, they can be cargo pants, they can be normal straight pants, but just really going, again, that extra mile for them being like very oversized. They can be gray, they can be yellow, they can be super high-waisted, they can be low-waisted, depending on what you're wearing or what you prefer. And now we're going with the last one, and now here it's a little bit more challenging. If you really want to be different, if you want to express yourself a little bit more, you have to do quiet somewhere, because you have to go out there and find pieces that nobody had ever seen before. Now, for example, I want to show you this cute bag with those lips. It's wooden handcrafted bag, which is not from a famous brand. It's from a brand in Thessaloniki in Greece, and it was not very expensive. I mean, it was, I think, €100, but for handcrafted, really, it's a piece of art. Let me put it that way. You need some pieces of art, some things like the balloon bag or some of the LOEWE dresses that I'll show you right now on the screen, to really just give off this vibe of something being very thought of, very beautiful, very out of the ordinary. So I'll even open it for you to see it. On the inside, it's having this like red velvet. If you want to buy a bag like this, it's from the brand LOEWE, and like I said, I think it's based in Greece, so it's very, very beautiful. And I know this will be very hard, but you have to go out there, try to find handmade things. If you want to go for the bags, well, really go for handmade, go for wooden, go for things that are being drawn on top of it. I even remember, I think it was soon when there was this dress on the Oscars that was like Van Gogh's painting on a dress, which was amazing. And of course, this dress surely be costing thousands of dollars, but I'm sure that you can find some things from your local store. The best thing that you can do is finding things from your local people, from the place that you're in. I'm sure there are many underrated artists who need to be recognized. So it's really hard and extra work, but I really think it's worth it, because this will make you very unique, and you're not going to look too much. And it's not going to look too much. It's going to just give you this it's going to be like very slight, but at the same time detail for you that will just really catch people's eyes. So like I said, you know, going with a different pair of shoes that are just a little bit more weird, alongside those long pants, navy blue sweater, a coat, a shirt, and you know, you never go wrong with shirts. We can see them a lot with LOEWE. You can also see strapped shirts on LOEWE's runway shows, so you can really try and experience. But the biggest thing here, like I said, is trying to find unique pieces, dresses. You know, we can see the most unique things when dresses are made on LOEWE. So I don't know how it will be possible for you to find dresses, but just in general, unique pieces will be enough. This was the video, guys. I'm really hoping that you enjoyed it and that you've learned something new. Tell me what next brand you want me to do, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.